This isn't a changing room like any other, because these are not any old shirts. They contain history, the history of a company born in faraway 1916 that has been through 100 years of change, always a step ahead of the others. Belgium, the year 2000. The European Championships are about to start, but no one is talking strategy or formations. A shirt has captured the attention of supporters and journalists from all over the world.
And there was all this background noise and bewilderment. What do you mean? There's a press conference on the team's shirt?
As a player and as a coach, I've seen countless shirts, and I have to say, this one changed the entire idea of a football shirt.
It was made to be worn by athletes, you know, as opposed to, I suppose before that, football shirts were almost as much for supporters.
It's called Kombat. It was invented by Kappa. It's the latest product created by the brand based in Torino. Its destiny is to become the archetypal shirt of the modern athlete. But where does it come from? This is 1979. The world of sports and football is completely different from what it is today. Even the most famous football players wear run-of-the-mill woolen shirts. But Kappa, led by the young entrepreneur Maurizio Vitale, can spot in that weave the future of its success.
We went to see Bonipetti at Juventus, and Vitale told them, I want to sponsor Juventus. And Bonipetti said, what does that mean? I want to put the Robe di Kappa logo on Juventus shirts.
For the first time, a company logo ends up on the shirts of legends such as Zoff, Bettiger and Scirea. From that day on, football would never be the same. Kappa binds its brand to the history of sport and decides to up its game. In 1984, it beat competition by giants such as Nike and Adidas and became the sponsor of the most important athletics team of all time. To kit legends such as Carl Lewis and Ed Moses, it turned to NASA, who created a state-of-the-art fabric that can refract sunlight.
These tracksuits appeared, worn by American athletes, complete with a hood. They were missiles in the wind.
And all of a sudden, every newspaper and journalist started talking about these revolutionary fabrics. Kappa conquered its place of honor among the world's technical companies.
Once again at the forefront, sportswear becomes technological. Back at the European Championships in 2000, the Kappa brand's new leader is Marco Boglione, who, after achieving great success in different sports, makes a lifelong dream come true: to sponsor the Italian national soccer team. It's time to show the world that Kappa has never stopped innovating.
That shirt had everyone's eyes on it, and it had to clear the last obstacle, from the old generation of shirts to a new generation.
We have to give the player in the box an extra 20 inches, whether he's jumping or sprinting forwards. But with an extra 20 inches, who knows how many more goals they will score.
It was a lot harder to stop a player, and they were much more visible to the referee.
Volevamo innovare l'aspetto tecnico, almeno sperare di poter contribuire un po' al risultato che ci auguriamo sarà straordinario degli azzurri.
And Italy will reach the final. And that shirt, so different from all others, will leave an indelible mark.
The new shirt was fantastic. It was slimline. It stopped other players tugging at you as you went past. The Italians, of course, always looked good in that shirt. I called Marco to congratulate.
It's a sea change in football shirts.
2000 was a milestone and now has become really the de facto standard of the football player.
It looked like so futuristic, but now everything looks like that.
Kombat has become synonymous with soccer, but also with rugby, skiing, fencing and golf. Perhaps we should say synonymous with sport.
The previous shirt was very large. Imagine you run after someone, you grab them by the shirt, which is large, and you can intercept them and stop them. With a shirt fitting closer to the body, this becomes very hard. Every time we reach the gate, we're glad we're wearing a Kombat, because we know that if it can help us gain anything, it will.
And during the rotation, there's a completely different freedom of movement.
And even if some opponents pulled on it, I always managed to break free in the best way possible.
Kombat potrebbe essere proprio un po' la sintesi della basic. Nel nome ci sta proprio un pezzo del nostro DNA. Noi combattiamo.